All right, yes, so welcome back to the Balance Diet Entertainment. Very, very back-to-back, informative to what they bring on your domots. Now, we know see I should stay the trend this morning. A lot of people, their eyes, they focus on that one, but we need to carry a little bit from the very serious political arena. Let's bring you a little bit into waiting they share for inside the world of entertainment. Now, we get a lady where I fit to call her authoritative, that fit talk, so she be veteran, because she done the inside the entertainment industry since the 90s. That time, was I wearing diaper? No, I wasn't wearing diaper. But she in a person way done inside the music industry, and she's been doing so well. Sometimes she could just shift to go back, make she just prepare, go inside the oven, cook and wear, then come dish and out. Once again, you need to help us make welcome B.O.U.Q.U.I inside the Wazobia studio. But before you see who B.O.U.Q.U.I be, let us play this video where she herself don't come outside you. Stay with us. B.O.U.Q.U.I in the house, B.O.U.Q.U.I.
Hey, wow. What's going on?
Ooh, I'm liking your hairstyle.
Oh, thank you.
These your pom glasses, man. You get me.
Good to have you in the house.
Thank you so much.
Now, you don't date for inside the Nigerian music industry for a very long time. Like with TikTok, you're now a legend inside the industry. And for a very long time still, we never see your face.
Yeah.
Now you're surfacing. Yeah. What do you have for us?
Well, I have an album, I have a couple of videos, and I have a big-time cause that I'm trying to chart. By the way, I'm from Osun State, so it continues.
Okay. Awesome.
So it's still trending. Yeah, I have an album out, but it's not officially out. I just have a video and a couple of stuff I'm trying to push before the album comes out. Yeah.
So how will it be? Because a lot of people, they come outside talk, say for anybody waiting in the limelight or waiting in the industry, you need to constantly be in the faces of people. Yeah. But how it done there for you, where you decide to go back, do certain things, work on other projects and do other things before you come forward? How you don't take, how challenging and how easy it done there for you to actually come back again?
Yeah, because I think that is easier for me because I understand the essence of the talent. You know, because a lot of... I suppose they speak Pidgin, Abby.
You suppose so.
You suppose try. Okay, make I try. Make I try. You know, the talent is given to you to use for something. A lot of people think, say, the talent is the end in itself. You know, like, I see it as the talent is given to you, like you go enter a crowded room and then you clear your throat. You get people's attention. What do you have to say? That's the essence of the talent. But a lot of people think, say, now talent, not just to sing and to dance, you know. Like I say all the time, Fella's music will live years and years after him because he had a cause. It was, you know, pushing. Your life is too small to be the essence of your life, you know. So it's easier because I know why are they sing? You know, I know that I'm not just singing to just be, a rapper at my age or whatever. There are people who be say, I'm called to. You know what I'm saying? There are people who be say, I suppose, be a point of reference, you know? So it's not really me trying to do something. It's just the fact that, you know, I say it all the time. I didn't choose to rap. Rap chose me, you know. So I think that's what it is. You know?
Like that you didn't choose to
rap.
But
you know, the time when you're there in the industry is completely different from now.
Yeah.
We get a lot of talented artists now in the industry. Yeah. How you plan to actually?
Yeah, that's exactly what I said. The music, the talent is not for you. It's for the people you're sent to. And even if it's just 10 people, identify those people and address their needs. You don't need to. A lot of people think success is when your video is #1 on... I live in Hollywood. I live in California. I see a lot of people that are celebrities and they are depressed. You know, so if that's how you mark success, those people, they know they're successful, you know. But I think success is knowing what you have been called to do and doing it well. You know, you might not be where you're supposed to be, but definitely you're not where you were, and you're just taking little steps towards where you're supposed to be. I remember when we were, like, singing and all that, it was more like a family, you know, and people had each other's backs, and people, they look out for each other. But now, you see someone will be say, when you drop your own single, ain't still there inside that part, ain't gonna look you saying, waiting. And that's what it is, you know? So, and you can't even be mad because that's what it is. So it's so congested now, and even though the quality of videos and everything don't rise, we're supposed to, the quality of messages is dropping, you know, and there's so much confusion. People they measure their own reality with someone else's fake highlight. because there's social media. So you go wake up, look your own life, say, ah, God, when I go do something, and you look at someone's doctored life and you compare, you know, so all those things are messing people up, you know. But I think that if more people will let you know that, listen, your talent is supposed to be for people where God don't send you to talk to, you know, and anybody that's not listening to you, God no send you to talk to them. So don't even bother about those people. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so now let's talk about your music video, Take You Away.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the song, I like the beat, I like the vibe, I like the message they bring. How you come about with the story behind that video?
Okay, Take You Away was I think my last official video before I traveled. It was done in the UK, and it was just about, you know, not like there's life, you know, live life, you know, there's a system trying to hold you down. Now you go refuse, say this system no go hold me down. I go rise above, you know, the power, the pain, the strife, and just be myself. You know, so that's why we chose helicopters. You know that there's a level you can get to, just like the airplane. It takes off, goes through all that, and then it gets to a level, and it just starts to get stable. Yeah.
Now, apart from music, which other thing you did do?
Okay, so in Hollywood, I have a fashion line called Gift by B.O.U.Q.U.I, and my clientele is crazy. I have a lot of like Megan Good, Devon Franklin.
Are you serious?
Oh yeah,
wow.
My clientele. I have shoes. I have a clothing line, and yeah, that's what I do. And then I have a TV show because I went to acting school in Hollywood. I have a TV show coming out, a reality TV show shot in Hollywood as well. So.
Any plan to come back to Nigeria, especially with your fashion? Now, you thought you get fashion for Hollywood.
And I'm seeing you like now part of your clothing line, and it's African, so...
Yeah, so yeah, when I started to sew, actually the way I started to sew in Hollywood was just a testimony, was a gift God gave me. I woke up, I found a lump in my breast, and I started to pray. I was like, God, what is this? Am I going to die or whatever? You know, and then after a while, I would just pray because I'm a Christian. I would pray. And after like 4 weeks, my pastor was preaching that, listen, you guys, you can't ignore something and make it go away. You have to address it, even if you want to have faith. You need to know what exactly you're having faith for or against or whatever. You know, so I went to the hospital. I went to have a body checkup, and it had disappeared. So the next week, my pastor was preaching about the things you'll be able to do because you're connected, you know, to God and all that stuff. And I started to say, okay. And then I slept, and I would dream that I made clothes. I'd never made clothes before in my life. And then I woke up, I couldn't shake it off. I went to Walmart, I went to get a sewing machine, and I started to make excellent clothes.
Or yourself, like self-taught? Nobody teach you?
Nobody even teach me. I just had a dream, and I just bought a sewing machine. I started to make excellent, complicated styles.
I bet, wait till be your sleeping position.
Which I
begin to have. I mean, you're not the only person. I mean, another guest will be get for you say, sleep. Now for sleep, I need to know sleeping positions. I mean, is it like this? Like, come on.
You know, I just think, I think, yeah, thank you. I think it's just to whom much is given, much is required. And when you do the little, you're given well. More will be given to you. Yeah.
Awesome. So let's talk about the new one where you get now, because I want to know, could it be another sleeping position that brought about that vision? Because I know so you get a new music video.
Yeah, King David. Actually, King David is my favorite character in the Bible. Because now guy will be say then write off, say you. If it's this modern day, we will write him off because this is someone that stole someone's wife, killed someone. And imagine a pastor these days, just, no, this one. Everybody say, hey, that pastor, you know, but he was a man after God's heart, and despite everything he did, he was still God's almost favorite, you know? So it made me realize that this waka no be by, you know, no be by works. It's basically by faith. How much faith do you have? Say God go do waiting in talk saying go do, you know? So that's how this song came about, that, listen, I might be going through all this. As a matter of fact, it came when, you know, when he was running away from Saul. He wrote this, that, man, when I was down, blah, 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 where were you? But now God has opened the heavens and all that. So we just took that, changed it to Pidgin, and that's how King David,
so I would dance. So you song na Pidgin?
Yeah, I would dance like Pidgin. Yeah,
accent. This is your accent.
No, I get.
No, we need to listen because I need to hear the video. Was it so they know how?
No, I've been Yoruba girl.
Really amazing. Now let me talk about the song. Now, B.O.U.Q.U.I, I know you as a gospel artist.
Yeah.
But now, if you hear the song, if you hear Take It Away, it's more or less like in the inspiration side. Is there a difference between gospel and inspirational song?
Okay, so this is what I think it is. People generally like to put people in a box, and which is okay because I do it too. I'm like, where do you belong? People want to identify you with something. But I think bigger than that is the message, which is your core, who you are at your core. Waiting you won't tell, because the truth is, I can be a gospel artist, I'm tag myself gospel, and there'll be nothing gospel about my life. All I'm doing is singing gospel songs, and then I get back to my house, I'm doing anything where I want to do. Do you understand? Or I could just say I'm a Christian. My default setting is loving God and singing about him, and it revolves, everything I do revolves around that. If I'm making clothes, if I'm writing books, and whatever, it revolves around that. You know, that's who I think I am. I am a Christian. I'm making gospel. I'm making good music. And by default, they say it's gospel. And I'm not mad at that. It's fine, you know. But the thing is, because of who I am, when I take a piece of paper and I write, I'm writing what I feel. So if it comes out as, listen, man, you can make it. It doesn't have to say, oh, you salvation and all that. Because the truth is, if you come to me as a counselor for an advice, I will give you the truth. I'm not going to say, oh, you know what, you have to do this, do this. I'll tell you the truth of your situation, which is what I think the gospel is. It's just that people want to put shackles on your feet. You need to say Jesus in all your songs. You need to say this in all your songs. A doctor, I've seen doctors that are Christians, but nobody says, my daughter has a migraine, I need a gospel doctor. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I need a gospel lawyer, I'm going through divorce. It's just when it comes to music, people just want you to identify, which is fine, you identify, but then whenever the message comes, like me, I get inspired to write when there's a surge of emotion. Hate, love, whatever, when it's at its peak, I get to, to write. I wrote this song in London because I was just seeing all the racism and all that, and I was like, man, this is so crazy. And I was like, man, we got to rise above the power, the pain, the pride, the strife, the lies, all those kind of things, just encouraging people that, listen, you're not a product of where you've been or what they say you are. You're a product of who you think you are. And the more you keep working, the more you keep hoping and the more you keep faithing, it will happen for you. Yeah.
Fantastic. We have got to rise above the power, the lies.
Really
That line be that one of your songs.
It's a line already.
All right, thank you so much.
Oh, so where can they get your album? Can they listen to it?
The album isn't out, but this video is on YouTube.
Okay.
Just search for King David B.O.U.Q.U.I on B.O.U.Q.U.I official, and yeah, on Instagram B.O.U.Q.U.I Unstoppable, on Twitter B.O.U.Q.U.I official. Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming today.
So much. And good to see you.
Thank
But you
you.
never give me a sleeping position.
You go sleep with your chest up so that the heaven is good.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love am.